Hello my lovelies, welcome to Whitney's Wonderland YouTube channel, and today for our Law of Attraction segment we're going to be discussing how to meditate correctly. Let's do this! My lovelies, I am so excited about this video. As many of you know already, I have been doing this Gratitude Tuesday section on my Instagram every Tuesday, Gratitude Tuesday, and I have been inviting different guests that I think really teach us about law of attraction, about manifestation, about how to connect with our inner being, and how to connect with source, and most important of all, how to stay joyful and happy. Especially it can be a bit difficult during these times. And for my previous Gratitude Tuesdays, I was so excited to have James Granstrom, who is one of my very best friends, and the way we met was magical. I'm going to tell you all about it, and I'm going to show you some of the most important sections of our conversation so that we learn how to meditate correctly, the power of meditation, what we can achieve, how his life has changed. Please remember, James is someone that really knows about this, because he's been meditating for over 16 years and he has been such a mentor to me. Okay, so let me show you the first bit. But first, the way James and I met, I had a very funny, weird, rough 23rd of December, including missing my flight to Malaga, where I was going to spend New Year's with Irene, Christmas and New Year's. And then I got the next flight on the 24th in the morning, was in the flight, and next to me was James, which I hadn't even noticed for like most of the flight, because I was so in my own world, wrapped up in my own drama, and like trying to get out of it, my head. And then in the last half an hour, I had a book of Eckhart Tolle, and that's how a conversation began. Yeah. We connected straight away, became friends, and then on the 31st of December, we saw each other and hung out in Malaga, and we discovered we don't only share the same birth date, but also the same how do you call the Chinese New Year, Chinese year, the rabbit,
the Chinese horoscope. So it's like the same year as, so there's a difference. It's identical, so that makes it really super synchronicity, doesn't it? Being positive and uplifting is kind of a choice. It's like always seeing the glass half full rather than half empty. Of course there are challenges, of course there are days where some days are going to be better than others, but I really use my mind to help me to think good scenarios, and I've had enough experience now with meditation to know that the difference between feeling good and not feeling good. And when I don't feel good, there's a few things that I do, and one of them is meditate, because I shoot right back up to feeling good again. And so meditation is really good. I do a lot of journaling, I write. And, you know, I try and give love. I try and help as many people as possible when I don't feel good. Because when I'm able to give to someone else, my vibe just shoots right back up again. Mm-hmm. So when I don't feel great, that's one of the first things I'll do. I'll try and help my dad do a little bit of extra walking, because he's been in and out of hospital recently. And that feels good. After that, I feel like, you know, I've really contributed in a really wonderful way. So there's a couple of things that I do. And of course, a little dance party when I'm feeling really...
Which we will be sharing as well.
That really helps. You know, I'm a big fan of music. I write EDM music and produce meditation music as well. But the music really helps me meditate, and sometimes you don't even realize that you're doing it, and that's the best thing. So have you ever had like one of those moments when your eyes are just kind of glazed? That's meditation. So when your eyes are just like going inward, you're like, you can look at something, it's like you're looking at a blank part of the wall, and you're just like, oh, and then someone tries to snap you out of it. Mm-hmm. That's a sense of meditation, because what you're doing is you're defocusing on the external world and you're going in.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah, everyone meditates. I remember when I first got taught how to meditate, I was such a skeptic and such a scientist, in the sense of like, I don't know how I'm going to learn anything from this guy. In fact, my teacher said to me, I'm going to teach you something and you're going to pay me money for it, and you're going to feel like you haven't learned anything. And and I was like, what?
That doesn't sound right.
It makes where's the deal here? Where's the end result? Where's the end result? But really what meditation is doing your best to give your monkey mind, which is always jumping from thought to thought, something to focus on. And if you give that monkey mind something to focus on, it settles down. And that is the purpose of meditation. It's giving your mind something to focus on so it can still. Because most of us can't focus on a thought for longer than about 6 seconds.
Wow.
So what meditation does is it allows you to go from like going to just bringing it right back in. Now, is it going to enable you to focus and, you know, are you going to reach like enlightenment straight away? No, of course you're not. That's not the purpose. The purpose is just to quiet your mind. And any which way you can quiet your mind in meditation, even if it's just for 10 seconds, you've been successful. Even if it's for 5 seconds, you've been successful.
Okay, I'm writing that down. It's very interesting what you had said. That is kind of like when we focus on something and without realizing, we have all meditated at some point.
You all have done it. We've all done it.
Without even knowing.
Yeah, 100%. And like I found that when I first started meditating, like my teacher would give me 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes in the evening. And I'd sit down and my thoughts would be like that monkey mind would be racing for 20 minutes all day. For the whole 20 minutes, I had a little timer. I'd sit on my back straight. I'll show you this. I've got my little eye mask. He recommended having an eye mask here because the light creates a stimulation in your brain. So the more stimulus that your brain has, the more active it's going to become. For us to have balance, we need to be able to do both. I personally believe a guided visualization is absolutely marvelous, but quietening the mind will take you in another, that will really kick your vibe up fast. And how? So I recommend, I would always say do both. I wouldn't say do one, I would say do both.
Yeah, like I feel like now that we have, all of us have a little bit more time and flexibility, we could even do one in the morning and one in the evening.
Yeah, I mean, when I first started, I was doing 2 a day, like 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes in the evening. And so you've got to find out what works for you. But I would just say start small and you know, with the little successes that you have, you build on those. I'd say progress, not perfection. Depends on, a lot of us are either visual, auditory or kinesthetic. And visual meaning you like to see pictures. Kinesthetic means you like to feel. And auditory obviously meaning you like to hear. So if you are quite auditory, you could listen to a far sound in the room, like a radiator or a fan just going doo, doo, doo. And if you just zoned out to that boring sound, that sound, as long as it's like a rhythmic still sound, will allow you to enter into that deep state. The happiness is always there because it's very much like the weather in the sky. Some days you're really super happy and sometimes things happen and you're not that great. But I'm saying is that it allows me to be and access that happier state more regularly than I had ever done before up until I'd started, which was great. Number 2, it changed my diet really quickly. I started within 4 months, I'd stopped drinking alcohol completely after I started meditating. And I used to be quite a heavy drinker and I used to party a lot and I felt that my body was like going, this is not great for me. This is not great for me. And meditation was a real blessing when I discovered it, because when I practiced, within 2 weeks, I started sweating out all the toxins in my body. And my teacher said,
Official V is saying meditation is a key to a successful life. Do you agree?
100%. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it allows you to access areas of your mind and receive really good ideas that you can put to use for your own well-being and for your own life, whatever it is that you're wanting. And only you can access it. So it is the key to a successful life, because the more you do it, the better you get. And it's
like, I don't know the answer. It's complicated because in a way, you have put your desire into the vortex. You have been meditating. You know what you want to attract in your life, whatever that means. You know, it's always things that, of course, we think are going to make us happy. And then we are meant to expect them, because in a way, because obviously we put them out there, but in another way, we're meant to not to expect them and let it go. How to let go when you also expect it.
Abraham Hicks likes to say, it doesn't matter if it's a button or a castle, it's the same thing. The universe doesn't measure on size. Only we do by our limited thinking. We like to think. But I was in Milan, and when I first started meditating, my energy was just like going up and up and up, and I was like going, whoa, it takes a little while to adjust to this like feel good frequency. I mean, it's natural to us because when we're a kid, we're like that. But like as an adult, you get reprogrammed out of it, and I feel like I'm now going back to this like sort of more like frisky fun state, and it feels it feels normal to me. But not every day is like that, but a lot of the time it's like that, which is great. I was in Milan and I was doing a modeling job with a friend, and he just booked like another campaign, and I said, oh man, that's really good, congratulations. I was like, you keep booking these things all the time. And I kind of just been starting to model. So I'm probably about two years in or something like that. And he was one of the guys who was, I was kind of looking up to, and I was thinking he was great. And we were hanging around, casting during the day and then on a job together. And he said, oh, will you teach me how to meditate? And I was like, I'd be delighted to teach you how to meditate. And I said, I've got to ask you, how do you keep booking these things? And he goes, right, well, let's exchange. And he said to me something so interesting. He said, dude, I'm just not bothered whether I book the job or not. And I was like, is that it? Is that it? And he goes, yeah, I'm just not bothered whether I get it or not. And I was thinking to myself, not bothered, that means, and then when you process it, the words are not necessarily need to be taken directly. It's more like, I'm not attached to whether I get the job or not. Mm-hmm. If I get the job, great. If I don't get the job, I'm still cool. You're wanting to attract a soulmate. You've got to make space in your cupboard for them to put some clothes in there.
Right.
You've got to create space in your cupboard for them, because if there's no space for them, there's no space for them in your life.
Yeah.
And you've got to like treat yourself the way you want to be treated. So if you treat yourself badly, you don't look after your body, you don't look after your mind, you don't think good feeling thoughts, you don't take care of other people in your life, no one's going to do that for you. So you've got to do that for yourself and for the people around you. Self-love, because that's the bit that you're going to be magnetizing out into the world. And if you're not taking care of yourself, then unfortunately what's going to happen is you're going to attract someone who's not going to take care of you either. I manifested some money recently, which is great. So I love money, and money loves me. But
yes.
So
I love that. I love money. Can we all say it together? I love money and money loves me.
Yeah, and it's very interesting. So but there's a few things that I believe in that are super important to attract money. Number one, you've got to have good feeling thoughts about it. If you don't have good feeling thoughts, it's not going to be abundant in your life. And number two, you've got to have a sense of gratitude and appreciation, which is absolutely one of the reasons why I love being here on your show on Gratitude Tuesdays. Every day is a gratitude day for me. Every day is a day for something to appreciate. But when I saw that on your wrist when we were on the plane, I was like, oh my God.
You were like,
and gratitude will take you high up towards joy. And that's really where you want to end. And on those higher good feeling frequencies, on those higher good feeling vibes, that's where you get what you really want. And I think about 2 days ago, I'm going to show you.
Yeah, show me. Tell us the story.
I just wrote a little post-it note, and I said, why is it so easy for me to attract money?
Love that.
And within within 24 hours or 48 hours, I'd received an extra gift of £1,000, which I wasn't expecting, from an unexpected source. And I was like, oh my God.
I love that.
So
thanks for
and
sharing.
at a time, so at a time where I can't go out and meet clients, at a time, I can't go on set, I can't be on set, I can't do the events that I do, I can't do some of the jobs that I do, this stuff came to me, and I didn't even need to do anything. All I did was, I was being super thankful, super appreciative, and I just wrote that and kept it in my head. Why is it so easy? Why is it so easy? Why is it so easy?
Why do you ask why?
Well, I learned this from a guy called Noah St. John. He's got a book called The Book of Affirmations. It is absolutely phenomenal. And he sort of came up with the idea to ask the question, ask the question. And most people go around asking really bad questions. So if you ask a bad question, you get a bad answer. But if you ask a good question, you get a good answer. And his idea is, well, why are we going around making statements that we don't believe in terms of like affirmations? And why don't we sort of make it as a presupposition that we've got what we want already? And I was like, oh, quite like that. And so he started writing affirmations with the word why in front. And it's fascinating. So I was like, I've got to try this. So I first wrote, and again, I said, I would say, don't believe a word I say. Because if you listen to the words I say without an experience, they're nothing. You've got to have your own experience. And so I first wrote this one, which is, why am I so richly blessed? This is the first one I wrote. And that month, I came across a tarot reader who wanted to read my cards at an event I was doing. Okay. And she goes, oh, I'd like to read your cards. Do you want me to see your cards? I was like, okay, yeah. And this was like July. This was July. And she goes, oh, for the month ahead, God, you've got a really busy month. And it's like August. I'm like, you know, it's holiday month. I'm going to Ibiza. I'm away with friends. You know.
You're like, yes, I do, but different kind of busy.
I've got a different, you know, I'm going to stay with my friends who just had a little baby, and it's going to be beautiful. They've got this beautiful villa up in the north in the chilled part of Ibiza, and I can't wait to go. And they go, maybe. And I'm like, okay. Anyway, that month I booked a 10 grand job for modeling, and it was shot in these different beautiful locations. I was being driven around in a Rolls Royce for 4 days. So I was like, this is amazing. And that was because I wrote. I did go, but I had to go later. Oh. From Abraham Hicks is, everything is always working out for me. And if you say that to yourself all the time, and then you look for everything is alright. And for the guests, everything is always working out for you. Everything is always working out for you.
Brilliant.
And sometimes life will take you like on a roundabout place, on a scenic route that you don't think you want to go to. But how do you know it's not working out for you?
So much we've learned from James already. One of the things that really elevates our vibrations, as you may remember from my previous video, is to be grateful. And that's why my mantra is gratitude. And that's why I created Gratitude Tuesdays, because, come on guys, we'll have shitty days. Let's be honest. I'm not gonna lie. Today's Monday, and Saturday and Sunday were just really hard for me. I just couldn't find my center. And gratitude just reminds me to be grateful for all the abundance and the wonderful things I have. And just getting back into the space makes such a difference. And complimenting ourselves and other people. So James invented this game, which I love, which always helps me raise my vibrations. So I do it with him very often when I'm like, not having it, or we just do it because we just want to get even happier. And what I do is we have a phone call. Normally it's me, him, and Larissa, one of my best friends that I think I've told you guys as well. She's from Amsterdam. She was on my birthday vlog that I published about a month ago. So we do this game where we go on House Party app or FaceTime, and this game changes everything. I remember last time we played it was about 3 weeks ago. Guys, I had just received a news that wasn't too positive, and I kind of told them, but I didn't get too specific. We did this game. We played it for like half an hour. Guys, it was incredible. The rest of my week was like magic. Like something just switched, something just changed completely, and everything was just amazing. So many, literally magic happened. And who would have thought magic could happen when, you know, I've just been at my parents' house here in Costa Rica for the past 2 months. I mean, all I have is my phone really and this connection. And then wonderful things happen. Wonderful things happen. Like, it was amazing. So the power of this game is huge. Let's James show us.
Just make sure you've got about 2 minutes, right?
Okay.
And then for 2 minutes, that's way longer than 68 seconds. That's like 120 seconds. So you know you're going to be locked in. And if anybody,
guys, you can do it as well. Like, you can do it.
Join in, right? Type something in.
You can join in with our game, or invite any friends, or you can do it after with your friends, or just with a friend on FaceTime or whatever. But I promise you, please do it, and please let us know, because it works. I promise you it works. Okay.
Just, yeah, you got to try it first. You got to try it to have your
Exactly.
experience. So I'm going to start. Okay, we've got 2 minutes. Are we ready?
We're ready. We're ready.
Okay. Do you want to start or shall I? I feel like
You
it's
start.
me.
You start.
Okay. Okay. This is how we start. I call it the I like game. So I really, really like this opportunity to spread this crazy message and share it with beautiful, beautiful people and beautiful souls wanting to learn. Boom, your turn.
I really like that I'm having James on Gratitude Tuesdays because he's one of my favorite humans in the whole world. And I love sharing him with all my wonders.
Oh, thank you. I really, really love all these people that are writing in right now and giving thumbs up. I so appreciate that. And I really like your top today.
Oh, thank you. Well, I really, really like James's eyes. He has the most beautiful eyes, as well as Irene. They two compete for the best eyes in the world.
Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you. I really love your energy, Whitney. You are one of a kind energy. You have beautiful energy, and I love, love, love the way you've created this amazing portal for that you dress so well. And I think that each time you do these lives and with other people, you're so natural and you're such a gifted, beautiful, natural presenter. And I think it's lovely to see and it's lovely to be a part of.
I really, really love that Marianne is saying, I really, really love and appreciate your time. Well, I really, really love and appreciate your time, James, and the time of everyone tuning in. I really, really love that.
And I really, you know what I really like? I really like that life is working out for us all the time, even if when we don't think it is, it is. And I love being shown signs like today when it was raining and wet, and then just before this show came on, the sun came out. That just says to me that what you're doing, Whitney, is sharing a really beautiful message. And I am so, so thankful to be part of this.
Yay! I really, really, really love my family and the fact that we're all together during these times that are a bit hard, of course, that I'm in Costa Rica with them and we're all together well and healthy.
That is lovely. And you know what? I think we've done more than 2 minutes there.
Yay!
Do we feel better?
Thank you everyone for joining. I hope you guys enjoy this game and please do it. Please practice it. Now,
you've got to practice it with someone crazy enough to want to feel good.
Exactly. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video loads, and I hope you now are gonna go and meditate. Again, as James said, there's no right or wrong. Just keep doing it, guys. Keep doing it and doing it and doing it, and find whatever works for you. For me, I started with the app Headspace, which I think has like a free version of the basics, so it's completely free. There's also Calm, which I love. Those two apps are really good. And then I just go on YouTube and find whatever meditation works for me. The great thing about meditating is that there's a meditation for everything. So this morning, I really needed a meditation to ground myself, to get back in my center, because as I told you guys, the weekend was like a bit, you know, and I did this meditation. I put on my incense sticks, which I love. And then I did some breathing exercises. I did my affirmations, which I'm gonna link below as well. My daily affirmations, which always work for me. And then I'm back feeling amazing. I'm back connecting to source, and that power just brings joy and manifestation and wonderful things. And then again, more than manifestation is that well-being, right? So anyway, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video and it was helpful. Please let me know if you'd like me to make more videos like this one, what other contents you'd like me to cover. Remember to follow me on Instagram at WHITNEY'S_Wonderland. There's a new Gratitude Tuesday every Tuesday. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. And remember to always stay positive and spread the light. Love you.